want to see a playthrough for Kanban Automotive Revolution?
In this video, we are going to show you the gameplay for one round of this game, as well as the scoring. Coming up. Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University, bringing you a variety of quality board game videos. On this channel we have overview, how to play, review, vlog and playthrough, just like this one.
Today we're going to show you a partial playthrough of Kanban Automotive Revolution, a game by Untitled Chapter from Stronghold Games. What we're going to show you is the final round of the game, followed by each of the game's scoring rounds, end of week, meeting and end of game, to give you a feeling for how it flows and how it scores.
And let's get to the table.
Okay, so we're here for a one round playthrough of Kanban, and what we've done here is we've set the game up almost at its conclusion. So this will be the last round of the game. We'll play through it and then we'll do one of each of the scoring rounds. So we'll have an end of week scoring, we'll have a meeting and we'll show you the meeting in full so you can see how that flows, and we'll do the end of game scoring.
Yep, so I am the purple player and you are the yellow player.
Yes, and we've set up with quite different strategies. So I've gone very heavily in on training, and Stella's gone very heavily in on cars.
So again, this is just a sample one, just showing you what you can do and what you would do, rather than heavily on like full-on strategies. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So first we do our placements from left to right based on last round position. So I'm going to place first, and for reasons that I'll explain in a minute, I want to go to the assembly line. Stella's blocking the 3 shift space, so I'm going to go to the 2 shift space.
And I'm going to go here.
Yes. And then Sandra is going to move 1 department to the right. And because she's in admin now, she'll go to her own desk. And that's what's going to trigger the end of week scoring. So we know that we're going to have our 3rd end of week scoring at the end of this round.
So it's my turn first. In the upgrade department, I have 3 shifts at the moment. That might change. So first I'm going to do the training. So this is going to be pretty well chain reaction, I think, because I move 1 up, that's using 1 shift, and I actually unlock my certification. And I will go
1 step up the certification track.
Here. So this gives me 2 points. Please, thank you. And 1 seat in the board meeting.
Yep, there we go.
And I unlock this.
Yes, your double upgrade slot.
Okay.
Put that over.
This is good that you only need to go here to unlock this benefit rather than having to reach all the way to the top.
Yep.
So I've got that, and with my 2nd shift, now that I've got this unlock, I want to do the part upgrades, which I can do and then put it in this more powerful spot. So I will put this one here, the blue cube, in here. I'm using this tile, so I'm using it there. I'm gonna get a book because of this objective at the meeting, which yeah, I'll tell you later. So I'll get a book here. So I've got 2 books so far. I know that there's a meeting objective there.
Yep.
And I am going to put this one here, the one that I just upgraded, to the double upgrade. So it gives me 2 points plus.
2 points right away.
Yep. And I will
double upgrade the blue part, and because of that bonus you get another 6.
6, that's correct. Thank you very much. Now that is, how many shifts have I've used so far? 1?
So that's 2 shifts.
Yep.
And then the other thing is you've hit a factory goal bonus as well now.
Oh. So I get
another seat.
Let's put this away.
Flip that over.
Thank you very much. Now I've got only 1 more shift. I think I'm going to take this. So I'm going to take the yellow car. I'm going to change it a little bit. So I'm going to take the yellow car.
Which makes good sense because you've got those couple of upgraded designs there and you get a lot more points by having a matching car.
So that is gone.
Goes under there.
Now this is 2. So I only have one bank. I only have one shift, so I need to use one of my bank shift. So move that there, and I'll take that, put it there. Now before I get the bonus, that moves. I'll leave the move ahead a bit later. So I'll put my car there, and I've got the bonus, and I think I want to get a book. So I've got this bonus there before the meeting, because I'm going to trigger the meeting now that the white pace car is going to hit this area. So I'm getting a book, and because I can get the second one, I'm going to get, surprise, a seat. Not surprised.
Very good. You only had 1 seat at the start of this turn, and now you've triggered a meeting and got 4 seats.
Yeah, very profitable turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So now you took 1 car, so we advanced the pace car 1 space.
Yep.
And he's on a checkered flag, so we trigger the meeting. So we now know we're going to have our second meeting and our third end of week, so this will be the final round of the game. It's going to trigger the end of the game because we get to 3 on one and 2 on the other.
Yep.
Okay, and that's the end of your turn.
Now it is your turn.
Now it is my turn. So I'm in the assembly line. Now, the reason I went to the assembly line, I knew I was already in the testing department, and Sandra was going to be an admin, so there was no way for me to get any upgrades or get any cars, because none of the places I could go to get there were valid. So the next best way for me to get points is to pick up these seats off the assembly line. So I've gone here, I've only got 2 shifts. There's 1 seat left here, and there's 1 seat left here. So what I want to do is get a red car and a blue car out onto the track, and that will get me those demand seats. So to start my turn here, I sweep these out. Any of these that are full get swept out. Now, I've looked ahead of time, and the only way for me to get the red and blue cars out, 1, 2, 3, I need 4 shifts. I only have 2, so I'm going to have to spend 2 bank shifts. And I need to start pushing from the red side. So my first push needs a blue car part. And I don't have one in my supply.
Thanks to me.
Exactly. If you hadn't upgraded that, I would have been able to do anything. But I've got a contingency for that. I've got recycling. So I'm going to recycle this orange part, which I know is no use to me because I can't double up on orange parts. Recycle that for a blue part, and then put that in there.
Very good.
And then I can start pushing these cars along. So I push a green car out onto the track. It goes across the 2, so that's going to be worth 2 points. And put a new red car in, so that's 1 action. Now I can put whatever sort of part I want here. So I'll do that again.
Very good.
Okay, now I've got my blue car onto the track.
Very good.
So I'll put the red one there, another 2 points. And now I've pushed the blue car out, so I get this seat. So that's very good. I can flip my 5th chair over, so I'm fully chaired up for the next meeting.
And this is going to be replaced, but there's not going to be next turn.
Yeah, we would normally replace it after my turn was finished, but we're not going to show that because we know the game's going to end.
Should I flip it? I'll flip it.
Okay. Now the third thing, I need to work out how to push one of these red cars out, and basically I can use these 2 spots here. I could use these 2 parts. I could use one of these parts. There's a couple of ways I could do parts, but I want to hang on to these parts because of this objective here. Pink and black parts are worth points. So what I'm going to do is spend parts vouchers to get the parts I need. So I'll spend 1 parts voucher, and I can pick up, let's say, a white part, put it in there, push these red cars along. So I get another 2 points for pushing him out onto the track.
Very good.
We've now got too many cars on the track, so these will come off and shuffle around.
Yep.
And the red car goes in here. So that is my third shift. And my fourth shift I can't use there anymore because it's full, but I can push my red car out using this. So I'm going to spend another parts voucher to grab either a orange or blue parts. I'll just get an orange one, put it there, out it goes. So I get this seat. It's just going to go on my player board because I don't have any space for seats at the next meeting. I do get the 2 points. That is now complete. So I've achieved what I set out to achieve. Let's just remove that because there's too many cars on the track. Not that that matters because we won't get back to that department again. And so I've achieved what I tried to do. I got 2 seats. I'm gonna be able to turn that into hopefully at least 10 points.
Yeah.
If not 8, anyway. So
We'll see about that now.
we will. Okay, so that is the end of my turn.
Now it is Sandra's
Sandra's
turn.
turn.
Ding, ding, ding.
So, Sandra, we are playing with Mean Sandra. I didn't mention that at the start. We're playing with Mean Sandra. So, Sandra's going to look at whoever's worst trained, which it's Stella in this department. Stella hasn't even started training. So, Stella's going to get audited. And then we're going to see, does she pass the audit? And to pass the audit in admin, Stella needs 3 training certifications. And she only has 2 because she did not go heavily into training, so she fails the audit.
Yeah.
Having failed the audit, she loses points equal to the number of banked shifts she has fewer than 5. So 1 shift means loses 4 points.
Yeah. Give you an example how this would affect your game.
Yeah.
If you don't pass Mean Sandra's audit.
Yeah. You'll lose you won't lose a lot of points all at once, but you'll lose lots of little bits of points, and that can certainly add up.
Yep.
Okay, and now Sandra's going to do end of week scoring. So end of week scoring, each of us is going to score each of our cars in our garages based on how many times it's been upgraded. So I have a red car. Red cars have been upgraded twice, and I did one of those upgrades.
Yep.
So that's worth 3 points to me. 2 for my upgrade and 1 for Stella's. My blue car is the same. It's had 2 upgrades and I did 1 of them. So 3 points to me. So I only got 6 points out of that end of week scoring.
Yep. And then my end of week scoring. Let's start with, I don't know, with this.
Yep.
Red car.
So you're in the same position. The red car has 2 upgrades. 1 is yours, 1 is mine. So 3 points for that.
Thank you.
You have 2 blue cars, which have 2 upgrades. 1 of yours, 1 of mine.
Yep.
So 3 points for each of those cars.
Yep.
6 points all up. The
Green
green car
I've
has...
done 1 upgrade.
Yep, and I've done 1, so same again.
Thank you.
3 points there.
And
your newly acquired yellow car.
it has 2 upgrades here. I've got 2 there. You haven't upgraded it. That's all mine.
Yep, so that's 4 points to you.
Yep.
So you were a fair way behind before that scoring, but lots of extra points for you in that scoring round. Okay, so we've done that, and Sandra goes to sleep. Okay, so now it's time for a meeting. So we'll leave that cube there for the moment. So here's our meeting setup. I've got 5 chairs going into the meeting, and Stella has 4.
Yep.
And our meeting objectives that are currently on the table, we've got having upgraded designs on suspension, which is the yellow part. We've got having pink or black car parts in our warehouse. We've got having certifications, and we've got having books.
Yep. Okay.
then we're each also going to ultimately play another objective into
Yep.
the
So it
pool.
starts with you because...
Starts with me because I'm
Yep.
further to the right on this track.
Mhm.
So looking around at the things that can score me points, this one could be worth, this will be worth up to 9 points to me because I've got 3 certifications. This one can be worth 8 points because I do have 2 upgraded suspensions. Because this is worth 4, I'm going to get at that first because that, if Stella jumps in there first, I'll lose a little bit more benefit out of doing that. So I'm going to speak to this. Hey Sandra, I have built a lot of upgraded suspension. Aren't I good? And so I got 4 points for each.
Yeah.
I'll take 8 points for that action.
Very good. It's now my turn. I was glad that Tarrant didn't go for the books because he's got a few books as well. I've got books. Well, we got the same amount, or Tarrant has got more. So
We each have 3.
yeah, I will do that. So I will say to Sandra, what does the book represent really?
Represents homework. You're
Thank
taking
you.
home your training
Oh.
guidelines and
Okay, I'll do that. Hey Sandra, I've done my homework. I've got all 3 here, training done. So I am speaking here, and I get 6 points because I've got 3 books.
very good. And you just have to hope that Sandra doesn't notice that that's homework you haven't done yet because clearly your training is awful.
No.
All right. Now the next one that's worth the most to me is certifications. So I'll speak to certifications. Yeah, Sandra, Stella's done her homework, but I've actually been certified. I've been certified 5 times. And Sandra says, well, I only care about 3 of them. So I will score for that. 3 times 3, up to that maximum, is 9 points.
Yeah.
So 9 points to me.
That's a really good point. All right, now I have 3 more seats. Now remember, for this objective, pretend that Tarrant doesn't listen to this. These objectives, I need to hold back 1 seat each to actually score. Now, this one's really good to me because I get 8 points if I have 5 cars in my garage, which I have. 8 points is a good one. And this one here, you have 4 designs, which I also have. So I'm going to hold back 2 seats for the end of the game. And but you have to choose a center objective from your hand, and I will choose to play this now because this is my last one. This.
Yep, and that's a very good objective for you.
Yep.
Because you have all your cars, so you've filled all your garages.
Exactly. Thank you. So I'll use 1 seat. Hey Sandra, I have all 5 cars in my garage. Aren't I good as well? Although I haven't done my certification, but I've been diligently doing testing, having all this car here. And Sandra said, yes, that's correct. I have scored 8 points.
8 points. 4 for each car in the parts garage and the books garage, which is the benefit you get from
Correct.
that garage.
Yes. 8
8
points.
points.
Thank you.
All right. Now there's a couple of options open to me. What I'm going to do next, I've got a few that are going to score me 4 points. I could speak to this one. That one I can score 6 points off. The books here, I've got 3 books, and Stella's already spoken to books. So if I'd gotten in on books first, I could have got 6 points for it. But now Sandra's only interested in 2 books. So I'm going to instead only get 4 points if I speak to that. So it's better for me to talk about parts. So take this. Hey Sandra, I've been collecting engines and chassis in my warehouse. We haven't upgraded any of those yet. I'm sure you want me to stockpile them so that we can upgrade them. And she agrees, and so I'm going to get 2 times 3 is 6 points.
Very good. That's my turn now. Now, as I said before, I only have 2 seats, so I'm going to pass my turn. Back to Tarrant.
Okay, so that Stella's not necessarily out. If I play an objective that she really likes, if I played something down and didn't put a chair on it that she could get 6 points or more out of, she could still come back in and score on it. So I just have to make sure that's not going to happen. But that's not going to be a great problem to me. I've got a good objective here for me. So let's just play this one. Upgraded turbos, the orange part. I've got 2 of those. And if I speak to that, then I'll get 8 points.
That's a good
hey,
one.
Sandra, I've been upgrading turbos.
Yep.
8 points for me. And I know that even if Stella had... I know she hasn't upgraded turbos. I can see that on her board. It's also worth fewer than the points she would get off the end objective. So I know she's not going to speak to that.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so
you got your 8 points?
I got my 8 points.
Yep. And Tarrant is right. I am going to pass. I'm not going to use all my seats. I get better points that way.
Yep. And now it comes to me and I make the same... I got the same decision. I've got 1 seat left at the table for this meeting. I've also got 1 seat left on my player board. And there are 2 of these end objectives that work well for me. I've got 4 upgraded designs for 6 points, and I've got 4 certifications for 7 points. So unless I can find something that's worth more than 6 points, which I can't, I've used all those up, I'm also going to pass.
Yep.
So that's it. We've both passed in sequence. And that's the end of the meeting. So how we would normally do a few more steps at the end of a meeting to make sure we're set up for the following meeting, but we'll skip over most of them here because normally we would be choosing new objectives to put on the table.
Yep.
But yeah, we don't have to do that here. All I have to do is cash in the seat from my player board, cash that in for a new seat at the table. Okay, the meeting is over. That goes back there. We've hit 3 and 2, so end of the game.
Yep.
So now we do our end game scoring.
Yep.
We'll start with these ones we were speaking about before. So we can both, these are not competitive. So I've got 4 upgraded designs, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's worth 6 points. And I've got 4 certifications. That's worth 7 points.
And for me, I have 5 cars in my garage that are worth 8 points.
Yep.
That's to
99.
And I've got 4 of the upgrades.
Yep.
So I've got 6 points.
Yep. Very good. Okay. Next, we cash in leftover tokens. So I've got 3 books left.
Yep. I've got 3 books as well.
Okay, so we each get 3 for that.
Yep.
Neither of us has parts vouchers left. We get 1 point for each of those. Neither of us has an unused chair left. We get a point for each of those.
Yep.
And we get a point for each leftover banked shift. So I get 5 for that.
Got 1.
You get 1. Okay. Now we score the cars.
Yep.
So each car will score based on this number at the top of its track. So I've got a red car for 5 and I've got a blue car for 3. So that's going to be worth 8 points.
Okay. So my car points, I've got 1 red one for 5 points, please.
Yep, I'll just do that.
2 blue cars for 3 points each equals to 6.
Yep.
1 green for 2 points, please.
Yep.
And 1 yellow for 4 points.
Okay. Right. Next, we look at the tested designs.
Yep.
So this is our designs where we have a matching car is going to score based on the value of that part. So I've got these 2 designs that aren't tested. Neither of them matches one of my cars. So these are my only tested designs. I've got a yellow and an orange. So yellows are worth 4.
It's not yellow. It's yellow.
Yeah,
and
yellow
orange,
part.
Yeah.
So yellows are worth 4 and oranges are worth 3. So that's 7 points.
Very good. Well, I have these. I've got 3 blues and I have blue cars. And it's worth 6.
You have 4 blues.
Oh, sorry, 4. That's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have, that's worth 6 and I have the blue car. 2 blue cards.
Yep, you've got blue cards, you've got a red, so all of yours are up tested.
Yep.
So you've got 24 points for blue parts.
That would be 6 times 4.
Yep.
Regardless of the number of cards I
Regardless
have.
of the number of cards. And you've got your yellow part as well, which is
corresponding
also
to
upgraded.
this card. So that is 4 points.
Another 4 points. Taking the lead.
And
then
that's it.
all that remains is training. So this is, so we'll get 5 points if we're leading the training track, 3 for coming second, but nothing for not starting a track. So I went heavily into training and I'm leading in all 5 tracks.
Yep.
So that's going to be worth 25 points.
Yep. 2, 3.
So, and you're coming second in 3 of the tracks, but haven't started on admin.
4 of the tracks, you mean 1,
4 of
2,
the tracks,
3, 4.
sorry.
Yep.
Yep, so that'll be worth 12 points. And that is the end of scoring. So the game finishes. I have been pulling away, but all of those cards were worth a lot of end-game points.
Although it's not enough for your trainings.
The trainings ultimately did it. So there we go. That is the end of the game. Well played.
Thank you. You too. And that's the 1-round playthrough for Kanban Automotive Revolution. We hope that you enjoyed the video and we hope that you enjoy playing.
If you'd like to learn the rules of the game in full, we have a how to play video which goes through that, and you can access that by clicking on the link in the description below.
If you enjoyed this video, please let us know by hitting the like button. Write your questions or feedback in the comment sections below. You can also join our Facebook group Meeple University Community to share your love of board games.
Finally, if you'd like to be among the first ones notified of our new video, you can consider subscribing to our channel. Please click the Meeple up in the corner to do so and hit the bell button for notifications. You can also check out our website, meepleuniversity.com.
Until next time.